Well, welcome to Flow Sports. I'm so excited that you guys are here and talk about the Pro Cheer League and Miami Medal. We weren't at the tryouts, so I'm really excited to talk to you guys. So I guess going straight into it, how did tryouts go?
I thought they were great. We were really excited to be part of, the whole experience, and we were lucky to have a lot of kids come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super energetic too, and then it was more talent than we expected, and it was just so exciting to see all this interest in something so brand new.
Yeah. So what were you kind of looking or hoping for at tryouts?
I don't think I personally was expecting anything. I kept my expectations low because I wanted it to all be a brand new experience. So I think with every person that walked through the door, it was just excitement. Other than expecting for the athletes that we choose to be good people and overall, good examples for younger kids to be able to look up to and say, I might want to do that one day. I don't think we had real big expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. Obviously, we're looking for the athleticism and all that stuff that, can involve the games, but at the same time we want, people that can, work well with each other and just are just good people overall, like she was saying, so.
Yeah, so we have coach and manager here. So what does y'all's dynamic kind of look like as you go into this season?
So it's funny, just because of the way that I even run my business, I never look at it as boss employee kind of thing. This is my family, and you were picked because I like hanging out with you, and I think this is going to be another experience where we get to have more fun together. So I don't think that dynamic is going to change. It's going to be one big family, just doing what we love and loving what we do.
Yeah, so that's like coach and manager, just more all of us together, conjointly, just making the best of this for sure.
Yeah, and how do you want to be to your athletes? Do you want it to be a family dynamic? Do you want it to be maybe stricter because this is the pro league, or how is that going to look?
I think that's an important thing to have in any team or group. There should be a family dynamic to it. So yes, I would love that. At the same time, obviously, we want it to be professional because this is a new league. But yes, we're going to keep the family atmosphere.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everything Jose and I were taught were from Kristin and Victor, and just that's what they taught us from the beginning. Just keeping that family atmosphere and just working together towards that one goal, and then just being there for each other the whole time.
Yeah, there's no reason why we can't have fun at the same time that we're doing something great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, awesome. So you kind of touched on it yesterday when we were talking about how Gabby Butler is kind of a full circle moment, and you were actually her coach when she first started cheerleading. So how does that feel that she's kind of back home?
It was really, really interesting. It was a great moment, to be honest with you. She started with us when she was, I think, 8 years old, which is crazy when you think about it now. And to see our now 8-year-olds running up to her to say hello was a very full circle moment. It was really nice.
That happened at trials. So there was girls just lining up, waiting for her to be done for them to go and take pictures. It was so cute to see. But yeah, so Jose and I were her first coaches, and then first year, and then from there on she went with Victor and Kristin. So yeah, it's a full circle for all of us. I think just for her to come back and just seeing her so grown up, seeing her how she's evolved, and just being really proud of her for sure.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I know I saw all of the pictures on Instagram, and I was like, this is so awesome. This is so sweet. But kind of going into more of the exhibition matches and the games, what do you think that you guys will implicate on your team that maybe not the other teams will have?
I'll let you answer that one.
I think it's just more I think everybody overall is going to have that strategy, just strategic, just way of playing those games. But I just feel like maybe we're going to just bring that creativity. It's just I feel like that's always something we're well known for, and just that out of the box thinking. So maybe a certain way of getting up to a certain stunt just might be something a little different that Miami Medal will show than other teams for sure.
Do you have maybe a little sneak peek that you're already thinking of that we'll see?
Not yet. Not yet. We're still in the process of selecting the team, so we need to know what's going to be on the floor first before we can decide what things they can do. Most of the time when we come up with newer creative ideas, what kind of ignites that in us is what athletes we're working with, right? So that kind of gives you oh, you know what, we have this person on the team, now we can probably do something like this that we've never been able to do before. So yeah, first we have to select the team.
Kind of leading into this question, there's kind of no rules. Kind of you can go all out creative freedom. Is that exciting for you guys?
Super exciting. Super exciting.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that most drew us to this event and to be part of it was the fact that it's going to be all new, different rules, things that we haven't been able to do in the past. Kids are going to be able to do things that they've never been able to do before. And I think it's going to excite a whole new level of things that have never been seen in cheerleading.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, we have creative freedom right now in cheerleading, but I feel like this gives it a whole new, it opens new doors for that, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we're really excited to see what products we can make out of that for sure.
How do you think the athletes are going to respond that they have this freedom? Do you think it may like push them to get a double back throughout the season? How is that kind of, do you think?
I think it definitely will change the face of cheerleading for sure. Already just after our tryouts, one of the things that we had to do was like, how high can you tumble? And just seeing how the kids afterwards would come in and try to work on those skills, it's definitely going to make a change.
Yeah, it sparks something new that they haven't really thought of before sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes when they're playing around in the gym, yes, but like something that like they can actually compete and like work towards is something new and exciting for sure.
And I guess that now as a coach, when you kind of like leveling up things that weren't allowed before, how do you kind of expect to teach these athletes to do these skills? Like how do you teach an athlete, oh, you're ready to do a double back? Like how does that kind of work?
So I think that's a very twofold question, because on one end you want to make sure that everybody's safe and not just throwing things because the person next to them looks like they can. So it's twofold. On one end I'm like, okay, we've got to be real safe here. On the other end I'm excited for the kids who have the talent and the ability. It's our job now to make sure that we're leading them in the right direction and making sure that they know when they're ready to do certain skills.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So kind of going back to maybe what you have an idea that your team will look like, do you guys think you're going to be stronger in stunting, tumbling, maybe all around, everything?
I think all around. I definitely think we have a pretty good idea of who's going to be on the team, but I think seeing the talent that we have, I think we're pretty good. We have strengths all over the place, so definitely excited for that.
Like every team, we have our weaknesses too, and our job is to be creative in how we make those weaknesses look like strengths.
Awesome, I love that. Creativity to...
Give her answer, don't put mine. Take my answer out.
She said it better. Yours is good.
Who do you think is going to be your biggest competition? What team?
Oh, that's really tough. We don't know.
No, I don't
I think
know.
everybody's going to be great, and I think everybody's going to bring their own flavor, if that makes sense, to this event. So that's a really tough question. I wouldn't know who to say yet.
I think all 4 teams are just so, just knowing them from, in the past, they're so competitive, and so they put out such good products as well themselves. So it's exciting to see how everyone's going to respond to this,
And
for sure.
all of them have such great coaches, so it's going to be really interesting.
For sure.
I guess maybe who are you most excited to maybe go head to head with?
I don't think I'm more excited to go head-to-head with one specific competitor. I think I'm excited for how it's going to play out, because it's going to be a tiered system. So the fact that we'll get to see everybody, I'm really excited about that, because I've never done anything like that before. And while I know that I'm in cheerleading, I'm not big on other sports, so this is all new to me. It's really exciting.
Yeah, same thing here.
Yeah.
Same.
And then if you had to pick maybe just a dream venue, this could be maybe not even this year, maybe way farther down the line, what would your dream venue be?
That's a good question.
I don't watch many sports, so.
So I don't know if I have so much of a dream of a venue, but more of the look. I kind of feel like this is cheerleading meets X Games, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I envision it to be. I don't know. We've been to so many venues in cheerleading that I can't say that there's one that I'm just oh, that's amazing, or that one that's oh, I hate that place. So I can't really say that there's one specific place I want to go to, but I do know what I want it to look like.
Yeah,
for sure.
And you guys kind of have the opportunity to make it your own, so you can get to that point to have a dream venue or a dream look or a dream routine. So how does it kind of feel that you guys have the opportunity to do that?
It's super exciting. We're just happy to be part of the process.
Yeah, just seeing how this is going to evolve cheerleading, and just giving cheerleading that next step, and just opening so many doors for some kids that maybe they thought at the end of senior year that was their end, but now they get to see that they can keep and prolong their career. I think that's something exciting to see for sure.
And the fact that now they could not have to take a job at Starbucks to be able to make it through college. You might be able to do what you love and still pay for your books at school. You know what I mean? I think that's really interesting and exciting.
Yeah. That was the first thing I thought of too. I was when you're in college, it's it's a great opportunity to have a job that to be able to do what you love at the same time, because some schools don't give cheerleading scholarships, and this is an opportunity to do that. So I always
Or
thought it
even
was
the
cool.
opposite, like, you know, kids, we were so surprised at people who finished college that came back and were like, you know what, I'm going to give this one more shot and do what I love. That was really neat too, you know, so it's been a really fun roller coaster to be on so far.
Yeah.
This sport has such passionate athletes that, you know, devote so much time to just the love of the sport. So just to see them getting rewarded in some type of way for that, I think that's also pretty cool to see.
Yeah, awesome. Kind of going into more fun questions, rapid fire. If you could describe your team as a movie title or maybe in a few words, how would you describe it?
Movie title. Oh. Now you stumped me. So much for rapid fire.
I was gonna say Top Gun, but the movie. No pun intended.
That's kind of true, though.
Yeah. So I feel like, our roster is still obviously not 100% finalized yet, so that's why I feel like once we see the full team and, like, you know, get a feel for them and just, like, talk to them and all that stuff, I feel like that's gonna determine that answer for sure.
Cool, awesome. So if you're kind of like in a warm-up room and you're on aux, what would your go-to hype song be?
I'm going to give that one to you because you listen to more music than I do. Because mine would be like, I will survive.
Anything that's on the radio right now, it's super hype. I don't know, just something motivational. That
We
just,
usually
like, gets you.
play with the kids. Like, half the time I don't know the music, so I'm just like, go to the beat, bob my head, but it's their music because I don't know it well.
Yeah.
Showing my age now for sure.
If you were a part of this team, where do you think you would fit in? Maybe tumbling, stunting?
Oh my God, I'm not good enough to be on this team. Let's start there. No, I would probably have been a flyer, but I couldn't keep up. Victor and I, we laugh about this all the time. You know, we press play and we're like, hope they don't die. That's the goal for today. Like, just they have to do so much, and what's required of them is so crazy nowadays that, yeah, I don't think I'd be good enough to make any of those teams. But if I did, it would probably be in the flyer aspect.
Awesome.
And I'll be her stunter for sure.
Fun. Maybe we can see you guys stunt somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you prefer an early morning practice or a late night practice?
What do you prefer?
I think both. I think they both have their pros and cons for sure.
I'm a firm believer that any time of day is a good time of day to do what you love. So get me there in the morning, get me there at night, and especially since competitions usually happen all day long anyhow, you might as well get used to different time zones.
Yeah, for sure. What is your favorite warm-up drill, warm-up activity?
I think a team dance, just dancing in at warm-ups, just having fun, and just that's what the sport's about. You know, it's not just all like skills, having that fun and having those experiences that.
I would agree. We do a team chant sometimes, dance sometimes. It's just getting their good energy flowing is probably my favorite thing to do at warm-ups.
Will Miami Metal have their own chant at some point?
Oh yeah.
I believe so. I think that those always morph in each team, so I think it'll just happen naturally.
And you'll hear us.
Yes. What do you think your fan base is going to look like?
I think everybody's gonna have their their fan base.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a lot of fans for the league in general, right? People are just gonna be excited to come see everybody, and then I think that's gonna morph a little bit into, kind of like, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. I think it's gonna kind of morph into that as well.
Yeah, that's so exciting to think about. I think that's all the questions I had for you guys today. Thank you for coming and welcome to Flo, and I'm really excited to see you guys out on the floor this upcoming season.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.